ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying with us. This Saturday, you are watching the latest edition of 6 Stories at 6 with me, Oyana Mitra. Over the next half an hour, I'll be taking you through the details of those 6 stories which have dominated the headlines today. So here we go. Up first, for a fourth consecutive day, major airports, ladies and gentlemen, across India have reported hundreds of IndiGo flight cancellations as passengers bear the brunt of extreme carelessness and apathy. We'll get you the details of that. Second, the details of how the authorities, name it, the DGCA, the Ministry of Civil Aviation, or in fact the airlines have now been compelled to step up action after Republic exposed firms profiteering from this massive aviation crisis. Third, another charge sheet filed, more properties attached. The Anil Ambani scam gets bigger with every development in the ED investigation. Next, we take you to Tamil Nadu, where a fresh political face-off has erupted over Deepam celebrations after several devotees were taken into custody by the MK Stalin police. Then, a scoop, an exclusive scoop that no other news channel has. The details of what is essentially expected at a hearing in a London court on Nirav Modi's extradition. And finally, it's another day, another NOTAM that has been issued by the Indian Air Force. And what is it that our Jawans and our air warriors are bracing for this time? We'll get you the details of that. And with that, let's get started. Alright viewers, up first, massive travel disruptions continue across India as IndiGo flight cancellations stretch into a fifth consecutive day. On Saturday alone, that is since this morning, more than 500 flights were grounded, leaving passengers stranded, airports overcrowded and travelers scrambling for alternative options. In response, the government has now stepped in, invoking its regulatory powers, where fare caps have been imposed on all affected routes. Airlines have been ordered to clear refunds immediately, and real-time monitoring has been initiated to prevent further exploitation. Here's what has happened across all the major airports since this morning. Take a look.
On 6th of December, flight disruptions continued across the country, with more than 500 cancellations recorded in a single day. IndiGo remained the worst hit, with 124 cancellations in Bengaluru, 117 in Mumbai, 106 in Delhi, 66 in Hyderabad, 48 in Chennai and 42 in Pune.
The IndiGo crisis has gone to day number 4, where almost 69 flights have been cancelled today and 155 flights were cancelled yesterday from Hyderabad airport. And you can see that people are still standing in queues here waiting for answers, either asking if the cancellation is still about seeking answers if their flight is still delayed, or will it be rescheduled, or will it be still cancelled, state cancelled because of or any other alternate option that should be provided to the passengers here.
IndiGo said that the disruption stems from multiple operational issues, including the rollout of flight duty time limitations, which sent a large count of pilots into mandatory rest. The timing collided with IndiGo's winter schedule expansion on October 26th, creating a sudden shortage of crew. With fewer flights operating, ticket prices touched skies overnight as travelers rushed to book alternatives. A Kolkata-Mumbai one-stop ticket touched nearly Rs 90,000, while fares from Mumbai to Bhubaneswar crossed Rs 84,000. Delhi to Bengaluru climbed above Rs 70,000, while Delhi to Mumbai averaged around Rs 38,000. It has capped fares on affected routes and instructed IndiGo to process all refunds by 8 p.m. on Sunday, December 7th. Major chaotic scenes were reported nationwide: crowds, delays, and unanswered queries for long hours.
की शादी का सपना बाप को सबसे ज्यादा होता है और आप ही नहीं जा पा रहे।
हाँ, हमारे आज रात से होटल बुक थे वहाँ पर, इसलिए हम आज की डेट में जा रहे हैं और यहाँ पे आए तो मुंबई की जो फ्लाइट है वो रद्द है।
तो ऐसे में अब आपके पास दूसरा कोई ऑप्शन नजर नहीं आ रहा, हमें तो अभी खड़े हुए हैं। शादी कैंसिल करेंगे?
कैंसिल नहीं कर सकते, सब कुछ बुक है।
अभी कोई हमारे पास भी कोई ऐसी खास जानकारी नहीं है, हमें भी एकदम से पता लग रहा है कि कैंसलेशन हो रहा है।
तो यहाँ पर आप लोगों की भी ड्यूटी बढ़ा दी गई होगी, ज़्यादा अतिरिक्त भार आ
हाँ
गया
जी, हमारे वीक ऑफ्स भी कैंसिल है अभी। और हम
सभी के स्टाफ की वीक ऑफ्स कैंसिल हैं। कुछ भी जानकारी है कि कब तक फिर से सुचारू होगा, कब तक एकदम सही तरीके से फ्लाइट चलने लगेगी?
अभी मंडे से बोला है कि सब ठीक हो जाएगा।
तो अभी जो पैसेंजर हैं आपके, जिनकी टिकट्स ऑलरेडी बुकड हैं, उन्हें कुछ कहना चाहेंगे आपकी? क्या सारी फ्लाइट्स कैंसिल हो रही है, वो कैसे चेक करें, कैसे जानकारी मिले?
उसके लिए हम है पे टिकट काउंटर है हमारा यहाँ पे, हम सबकी हेल्प कर रहे हैं उसी के रिगार्डिंग।
The Civil Aviation Ministry has now stepped in to control pricing and passenger distress. Passengers will not be charged rescheduling fees for disrupted travel, which somehow brings a sense of relief after days of waiting and uncertainty. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation has placed flight duty time limit orders in abeyance and has set a 4-member committee to probe operational lapses. From Chennai, the airline has warned that cancellations may continue until December 10th.
After the chaos and commotion at the Chennai International Airport after multiple IndiGo's flight, domestic departures and arrivals were cancelled, now we can see the situation is brought under control. However, multiple people are still stranded at the Chennai Airport. As you can see, multiple people still waiting to reschedule and confirm their bookings for the days that's coming, and on also making sure that the cancellation refund is got back. Multiple people stand in queue to make sure that the IndiGo crew is answering to their queries and questions that they have. 48 airlines by the IndiGo still stays to be cancelled at the Chennai International Airport.
However, small ATR flights to Madurai, Thoothukudi, Vijayawada and Bengaluru have resumed, avoiding landing and departure charges. At Jammu Airport, operations are gradually improving. 7 out of 10 scheduled flights are now back on track.
देखिए, जो अभी बढ़ी डिमांड है उसको मीट करने का हमारा सेट पैटर्न होता है। जैसे हम दीपावली में, छठ में, होली में, विंटर वेकेशन में, समर वेकेशन में करते हैं। हमारी जो एक टीम होती है डेडिकेटेड, वो इसको वॉच करती है कि किस स्टेशन के लिए, किस एरिया के लिए ज़्यादा सर्च हो रही है, ज़्यादा क्लिक हो रही है, ज़्यादा डिमांड हो रही है। तो इस चीज़ को ध्यान में रखते हुए हम स्पेशल ट्रेन्स या कोच अटैचमेंट करते हैं, एक्स्ट्रा कोचेस का अटैचमेंट करते हैं।
On the night of December 5th, IndiGo issued a public apology asking passengers for patience as it attempts to rebuild normal operations.
All right, viewers, after days of cancellations, stranded flyers and massive fare spikes, the Civil Aviation Ministry has now stepped in. Airfares on disrupted routes had surged to shocking levels, triggering a wave of complaints to the DGCA. Now, following Republic's continuous coverage, the Government of India has invoked emergency regulatory powers, issued strict fare caps and directed airlines to comply immediately. IndiGo, meanwhile, has been ordered to clear all pending refunds and has issued a public apology outlining its action plan. Take a look.
मैडम 4 दिन से 3 दिन से बिना खाए पिए सोए यहाँ पे खड़े।
Long queues, cancellations and panic at airports across India. And to add to the miseries, exorbitant airfares. Stranded passengers called it pure profiteering as prices spiked within minutes. The DGCA's Traffic and Tariff Monitoring Unit was overwhelmed with complaints. Flyers alleging that airlines hiked fares massively even as thousands were stuck without options.
The government has now stepped into the skyrocketing price and the fare of the other airline operators which are trying to fill in their pockets, especially the airlines like Air India Express, Akasa and SpiceJet. They have just surged their prices, which is the unusual high price. Imagine Air India was earlier charging for some route, let's say 8,000 to 10,000. Now they are charging 35,000 to 44,000 for that particular route. Now the Ministry of Civil Aviation has stepped into this and has issued a directive and order to all the airline operators that they can't grab the opportunity of this crisis situation.
As complaints escalated and Republic's continuous coverage exposed skyrocketing airfare nationwide, pressure mounted on the Civil Aviation Ministry for accountability. The sustained reporting forced Ministry of Civil Aviation to regulate fares and clamp down on opportunistic pricing. And today, the Ministry of Civil Aviation finally acted, invoking its regulatory powers and imposing fare caps across all disrupted routes. Airlines have been ordered to follow these caps strictly. The ministry said the move is to stop exploitation of stranded travelers, especially senior citizens, students and patients who urgently need to fly. In addition to this, the Ministry of Civil Aviation has also issued directives regarding passenger refunds, mandating IndiGo to settle all pending dues by specific deadline. Ministry of Civil Aviation will now monitor fares in real time with airlines and travel portals. Any deviation from the new caps will trigger immediate corrective action.
Okay, viewers, moving on, the Enforcement Directorate has now filed a charge sheet against businessman Anil Ambani's group company, Anil Ambani Group of Firms, and 10 others in a money laundering case linked to issuance of an alleged fake bank guarantee of rupees 68 crores for securing a tender. This charge sheet stems from the Enforcement Directorate's probe into FIRs registered by the Delhi Police's Economic Offences Wing, one filed by SECI against the group and another filed by the Anil Ambani Group of Firms entity itself against Odisha-based Biswal Trading Private Limited and its managing director. More about this entire story in this next report.
The Enforcement Directorate has tightened its noose around businessman Anil Ambani. The ED has officially filed a charge sheet against Anil Ambani's group company. The charge sheet follows FIRs by Delhi Police's Economic Offences Wing involving allegations by the Solar Energy Corporation of India and Anil Ambani Group entity over deals with an Odisha-based intermediary. At the heart of the investigation, a rupees 68 crore bank guarantee. A guarantee required to bid for SECI's massive 1000 megawatts battery energy storage project. But ED alleges that the guarantee submitted by Reliance, NUBES, was fake, issued by a non-existent first-hand bank branch in Manila and another obscure bank in Malaysia. A spoofed SBI email ID using a fake domain, s-bi.co.in, crafted to resemble the real sbi.co.in to create forged endorsements. Used as a deception to execute through shell companies hired specifically to source fraudulent documents. The ED has named several accused, from former CFO to managing director, from shell firm like Biswal Trading to Reliance NUBES itself. According to the ED, key Reliance officials were fully aware the guarantee was forged. The moment SECI flagged the fake document, the firm rushed to arrange a genuine guarantee within 24 hours. But by then, the deadline had already passed. When everything collapsed, the group filed an FIR against Biswal Trading, a move the ED calls an attempt to shift blame away from the group's internal complicity. ED said that the investigation has established the malicious intentions of firm in using fake foreign bank guarantees and forged SBI endorsements. The matter is now before the special PMLA court, where further proceedings will determine the extent of criminal liability for the entities and individuals involved.
Okay, viewers, in Tamil Nadu, a decades-old religious dispute in Madurai has reignited once again. A hill shared by a Murugan temple and a dargah is at the center of fresh tensions after a petition to light the traditional Deepam sparked protests, clashes and political accusations. With the High Court order now challenged and the state moving the Supreme Court, all eyes remain caught between faith, history and politics. The latest details of the clash that has broken out, the political face-off that has now broken out in Tamil Nadu.
In Madurai, Tiruparakundaram Hill, shared by a Murugan temple and centuries-old dargah, is once again at the center of a long-running religious flashpoint. The hill has seen disputes for nearly 30 years, including a 1994 killing linked to the same ritual that is now back in the spotlight. The traditional lamp lighting stopped nearly 80 years ago during World War II, and since then, devotees have been lighting it at a mid-hill Ganesh temple. This round began with petitioner Ravi Kumar, who sought permission to light the Kartigai Deepam lamp at the hilltop, Deepathun, where the ritual was traditionally performed. Over the years, the hill has also seen other flashpoints, from 2014 meat consumption allegations to DMK ally Nawaz Khani's goat sacrifice, to protests over a proposal to rename the hill as Sikandar Hill. Kartigai Deepam is one of Tamil Nadu's oldest festivals, tracing back to the Sangam era, celebrated by lighting rows of lamps symbolizing light over darkness. On December 1st, the Madras High Court directed authorities to allow the lamp to be lit on December 3rd, but the lamp wasn't lit, due to which clashes erupted and protesters broke barricades, sparking protests statewide. Several BJP leaders, including Nayanar Nagendran and Vinod Selvam, were detained during the protests. BJP is blaming DMK government of trying to ignite tensions by triggering the Islamic community to fight.
State government and the police authority have gone to that extent of manipulating a 163 BNSS just to prevent the devotees from peacefully exercising their constitutional right. As we speak now, the situation is tense, not because of any group, only because of the state government. Thousands of policemen are deployed for no reason. When everybody is peacefully coming and going, what is the need for thousands of policemen to be deployed? They are also triggering the Islamic community to fight back. They are triggering.
Order was bypassed by the state government and missionary with ulterior intent and motive. Today the direction is very clear from the Honorable Judge lighting the lamp on the hilltop. And if these two were to be bypassed and if these were to be arm twisted by the DMK, then the contempt of court will follow. Tomorrow it is listed by 10 a.m. So this is a clear indication that government missionaries are used for ulterior motives by this DMK government to appease someone.
BJP leader Tamilisai has also commented on the matter, saying Hindu sentiments have won the case.
The total mindset of the DMK since 1967, they are anti-Hindus and want to insult the Hindu sentiments, and they don't want to follow the Hindu rituals, and they insult the people who are all following it and humiliate and ridicule the people. Thiruparamkundram, as you said, the court has given the order and the court has given the way how it should be conducted, but they denied it in spite of again contempt of court, in spite of again the order was given. They are denying the right, and today Segar Babu, in spite of the judiciary has mentioned, nobody should talk about Thiruparamkundram till the verdict is out.
Later on December 5th, the state moved the Supreme Court, postponing the High Court hearing. With the case now heading to the Supreme Court, the hill's traditional flame still waits, caught between faith, politics, and a deepening legal fight.
More developments in the National Herald case. Viewers, the Economic Offences Wing of the Delhi Police has issued a notice to Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar in connection with the National Herald case. D.K. Shivakumar has been directed to appear for an inquiry in the national capital on or before the 19th of December. Now, the Economic Offences Wing of the Delhi Police, which is investigating the National Herald case, has essentially issued a notice seeking a detailed financial and transaction-related information from the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister. Here's everything that we expect from the summons. In a major turn in the National Herald case, the Delhi Police's Economic Offences Wing has officially served notice to Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar. The notice, dated 29th November, demands that D.K. Shivakumar submit full financial and transactional records by the 19th of December. These include bank transfers, tax filings, donations, and any links to the controversial transfers made to young Indian. Investigators are now seeking answers from the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister on whose instructions were these payments made. And crucially, whether he knew about the end use of the money that was transferred to young Indian. In response, the minister called the summons shocking and said that he had already provided the information to the Enforcement Directorate during its investigation.
It is very shocking to me. I had given all the details to the ED. ED had summoned me and my brother also. We had given all the notice. There is nothing wrong. It is our institution. And we being a congressman, we have supported the institution also, number one. Number two, from the whatever is there, we have supported. There is nothing hide and seek. All is on black and white. Nothing. But I don't know why after the ED also has filed a charge sheet, there was no need of the police to register a case. So we will take up this case. We will fight in the court of law. It is only the harassment. What is there? It is our money. We can give to anyone whom we like when we pay taxes. There is nothing involved. Already the PMLA case is over. Already they have filed the charge sheet. Then what more they can do it? They just to harass Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and all the supporters. They are trying to create confusion.
Calling the investigation as harassment, DK Shivakumar defended himself, saying that he is not accountable to anyone for using his money in whichever way he wants. Congress leader Priyank Kharge alleged that the BJP tried to silence opposition voices when faced with governance questions.
Whenever the BJP has no answers for the questions plaguing governance, they come up with such notices to Congress leaders.
Whereas opposition leader B.Y. Vijendra backed the probe, calling the National Herald case an open and shut instance of misutilized trust funds. The BJP has urged DK Shivakumar to cooperate with the investigation instead of claiming harassment.
The entire country, they are aware of this National Herald case. A public trust which has been misutilized by the Gandhi family. But by taking away the property that was under the trust, it's an open and shut case according to me. So when corruption has taken place, when the money has been siphoned off and the money which was there in the trust has been invested in some other properties, so everything is in public domain. When the investigation is going on, it's the duty of the DK Shivakumar, when he has already received the notice, it's his duty. Being a law-abiding citizen, he should cooperate with the investigation. Rather than claiming harassment, he should go and give the clarity with the investigation department.
As the Delhi Police's notice to Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivakumar adds a new chapter to the National Herald case, the scrutiny highlights the intensifying investigation into the alleged financial dealings. And viewers, finally, India is expected to conduct a major Air Force exercise over the Arabian Sea on the 10th and 11th of December, just a few days from now. This will be in a designated zone south of Karachi, roughly 200 nautical miles from the city and about 70 nautical miles from Pakistan-controlled airspace. A NOTAM has been issued to alert civilian aircraft to avoid the area during the drill. The exercise is likely to feature fighter jets, surveillance platforms and support aircraft aimed at sharpening the Indian Air Force's maritime strike readiness and air-sea coordination. Here's all about it. A major Indian Air Force exercise is set to unfold over the Arabian Sea next week in a zone close to Pakistan's coastal airspace. On the 10th and 11th of December, the skies southwest of Karachi will witness intense military activity after India issued a formal NOTAM alerting all civilian aircraft to steer clear. The designated drill zone lies roughly 200 nautical miles from Karachi and about 70 nautical miles from Pakistan-controlled airspace. This two-day exercise will feature fighter jets, surveillance platforms and support aircraft aimed at sharpening the IAF's maritime strike readiness and air-sea coordination. The IAF will simulate maritime strike missions, interception drills and reconnaissance operations, sharpening India's readiness along its western seaboard.
Indian Air Force has issued NOTAM for its exercise to take place in the Arabian Sea. The NOTAM will be in place from the 10th of December to 11th of December. This total NOTAM spans for over 37 hours that will coincide with the exclusive economic zone of Pakistan. This is taking place at a distance of 200 nautical miles from the Karachi and 70 miles from the Pakistan's area of the airspace. Now it coincides with the Pakistan's exclusive economic zone for the second consecutive time in last couple of months. It's expected that Indian Air Force will hold its operational preparedness and the aerial maneuvers in this area on 10th and 11th. This will start at 1 in the morning on 10th of December and will go on till 2 in the afternoon on 11th of December. It is expected that this is not only to check India's strength in the critically important Arabian Sea zone, but also to prepare itself for any misadventure by the enemy.
With India ramping up activity in the west and Pakistan keeping a close watch, the upcoming drill could shape both tactical moves and diplomatic tones in the days ahead. As the IAF gears up for its two-day show of strength, all eyes will be on the skies south of Karachi, where distance is small, signals are big. And viewers, that's all that we had for you in this edition of 6 at 6. But do stay on with us in just a short while. This is exclusive with senior editor Shavan Sen. Thanks for watching.